I'd like to call the meeting to order for October 24th, 2023. Please rise for a moment of silence. Thank you. Would you please join in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Trustee Sheik. Here. Trustee Hunter.
Here.
Trustee Good.
Here. And no minutes to approve. We'll go on to financial reports. I will make a motion to pay our expenditures. Do I have a second? Roll call.
Trustee Sheik.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Yes. And visitors, can you tell if Hannah's on?
There's nobody on it right at the moment. I'll let you know if she gets on.
All right, thanks. Okay, we have our guest speakers. Who wants to go first? Dave
Yes, I,
or Nathan?
good evening, I'm Dave Reuter with Franklin Soil and Water. It's our chance to get in front of you. Talk a little bit about our stormwater permit. We have the county stormwater permit. Here's just a quick kind of snapshot of some of the things that we offer for your residents, the outreach is really important for us for stormwater. Just went through Stormwater Awareness Week. I hope you had an opportunity to use that information, get it out on your sign, get it out in the community. We do that every year, so that'll come back up again as well. Like I say, all of these are available to your residents. Hope you take advantage of them. I have some little cards you can hand out to, put it wherever you can get brochures out to the residents for our native plant sale that's coming up. That's another big push. I don't know who, where can I take those? But like I say, that's really what we're looking at, a lot of the outreach for the stormwater permit. That's something that we look to our committees to help out with. There's a lot of aspects that we do, like construction inspection, sites that in your township that we're doing right now. That's about all I have for my portions. Nathan?
Good evening. I'm Nathan Rupp. I'm the water quality, one of the water quality section supervisors. I do the operation and maintenance program. There's some flyers there, basically just where to get a hold of us if people have concerns about a septic system that's not working. Sometimes things like that come about where somebody's discharging something illegally, or they're discharging their laundry or something like that into a storm drain. I don't have any. Just looking. Flyers that Dave keeps passing out, mine are pretty cut and dry. It's who to call if you have an issue. But just to kind of remind folks that if you see something, somebody smells something that they think is not quite right, to please give us a call. We can follow up with it. We have a very, what I would say, robust operation and maintenance program here in the county. We take it seriously, and if things aren't working correctly, then we have the resources, the means to help people kind of bring back, their system in compliance or replace it if necessary. So I guess with that, I would just say, get the word out. If somebody calls you, please just refer them to us, to me specifically, if you want to, and we'll follow up. So
We had someone here just 2 meetings ago.
I wasn't here, but Greg mentioned to me about the pond first.
No,
Sanitary system.
but no, it was about their septic system.
Okay,
Lucan's Road.
okay. Yeah, I wasn't here for that one either.
Greg remembers which house it was, and I'm sure it probably does. Have him drop one of those off too.
or just email me the information directly. We can certainly follow up if you know the address or something. Pretty too. So cool.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you all very much. Nice to see you.
And we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. All
Take care. Everybody.
right, we'll move on to see. Have no sheriff's department report either, so we'll move on to the road department.
I got me and Rick, not Rick, as well. Me and Greg ended up attending that safety meeting at the Franklin County Fairgrounds. That was a really good event. I do need to finish my survey. They wanted some input about what we thought about it and what they could do better. Learned a lot. Did find out a couple things that after hearing that, there's another grant I'm gonna look into because I guess Bureau of Workers' Comp has a grant program. They'll match you $3 per $1 that the township spends for updating safety equipment. So with that upcoming job in Georgesville, I thought about looking into getting some trench shoring. And I got an estimate in between, if I was to get that and the more grant funding, our out of pocket would be like $319 for $3,200 worth of equipment. So that's something I'm gonna look into,
Yeah.
see if we can get that done.
I can help with that, let me know.
Okay.
I'm
It
applying for
might,
that.
it might be because it's a state grant and
Okay.
they're,
Yeah,
so,
usually you have to have a PWC account.
well, that's why I just asked for
Okay.
a policy number.
Yeah,
Needed
You
that.
gotta
so,
get logged into your
Yeah.
employer account.
Then we did some final grade work in Timberlake on Teal Court. Got that seeded. Hopefully we got a nice rain after it, so hopefully it'll start sprouting. And other than that, we are finishing up ditch mowing. And that'll probably be the last round for that, and then we'll switch to our other mower and start knocking brush back when it's snowy or too wet or too cold. So that's all I got.
Okay, anything else for Robert?
Hey, Robert, with your BWC grant, typically if they're not busy, you can get your BWC rep to come in and help you write the grant.
I read that on there too, because there was all sorts of little steps.
Yeah, they'll sit down with you and fill it out.
Okay, great.
So
Move on to fire department, Lieutenant John.
Engine 232 is back at Prairie. I did get, Lieutenant Will had talked to Captain Collins over there, and they're gonna start looking into some of the PM stuff that's gonna need done to it, since they've been borrowing it, so, they're gonna, get with Atlantic and see what's already been done, and then follow up with some other key things, so. American was out over the past week. We had a headlight issue, a seatbelt alarm issue that looks like they got taken care of. So that truck is all good. Chief received a resignation letter from Dan Rice that was effective October 11th.
I'll make a motion to accept his resignation. Rice, have a second?
I'll second.
I'm sorry. What was his name?
Daniel Rice.
Okay. Trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Hunter,
Yes.
trustee Good.
Yes,
Currently, Chief is at the National Fire Academy, attending executive leadership training. Our 3 firefighters and paramedic schools are all doing well at this moment in time. We have Compton doors scheduled hopefully sometime this week to come out and do some maintenance before winter time. Light bulbs and ballasts got changed out around the station. We had some that it went bad. Guys did the best they could with our knowledge to take care of furnace filters and doing some cleanup around there. An ongoing thing, we've had drain issue with the gear washer, so they're gonna come and try to sort that out. Secretary's on the 25th, going to Darby-Dale. School, and And I know we're currently discussing, we're getting some dates together for another smoke detector drive, possibly sometime next month. That wasn't on here. That was something that just came out. As far as a levy update from his end, is everything still ongoing?
Thank you.
Next month on smoke detectors.
Yeah. Say Schaffner had a date the 11th, possibly.
Thank you.
He was getting some feedback to see if that would work for him.
Okay. Hey, old business. We have the grant for Ebenezer Cemetery. I will make a resolution to reimburse Bill Dawson the amount of $1,336.13 for various expenses for the Ebenezer Cemetery Tree Library project, of which $1,300 was a grant obtained by Mr. Dawson. And that was received by the township prior to this request. And also to include an additional expense of $113.99 for the solar panel to supply power to the lighting that's installed. And are we on resolution 48? That
I
would
think so.
be resolution. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets, trustee Hunter,
Yes.
trustee Good.
Yes.
And we have a response prepared and ready to sign to the grievance filed by the union. If you two want to look at it. Here to do. Sign that later. Any other old business? New business. At the last meeting, we received the audit report for 2018, 19, and 20. Randy and Paula attended a telemeeting with Jason Ward of the State Auditor's Office yesterday to review the report findings. And we didn't have to sign, since you guys were in the meeting, we don't have to sign that waiver.
Anything?
Yeah, we do have to do that.
Oh, okay.
But there's two things that have to be signed, but they just emailed me some other information late after we got off the phone yesterday. So I'm going to get back with him. So hopefully I'll have something settled with that by the end of the week.
All right, and the Franklin County Engineers Office is holding their required meeting for townships to give updates of the roads and bridges. It is November 16th. Registration starts at 5:15 and it's at Villa Milano. RSVPs have to be in by November 10th. So if you want me to RSVP for you, I will.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, is this kind of the same meeting like we went to the boathouse?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's the same.
It just seems like every time I turn around, there's another one of those meetings. It does. So, okay.
Do you want me to RSVP?
Yes,
for you?
is it?
I looked at the RSVP thing you have to do online and it had a spot to do for more than one person.
Oh, okay.
Did you want to go?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Paula?
Okay, I gave you copies of two different and information that came in from BWC on an injured worker. Just think from the Secretary of State Frank LaRose, information on some issues that's going to be on the upcoming ballot. Let's see here. Sorry. You have that, huh? I know, I had moved it one during you were waiting. That, information from, Wendy French from Otarma on what decision you guys want to do, either bonds or the, I'm forgetting what the other one was called, performance.
Umbrella coverage.
Yeah.
She said in her email. After the last election, almost 80% of the over 1,000 townships in Otarma elected to switch from bonds to faithful performance of duty.
And I think on that last thing that she gave us, it said there was a difference in price, that it's cheaper to do the one than the other, I think.
So you read it, I read it.
I don't think you have to make a decision right now. It's,
Be after the election.
well, we have to give her the information on who won the election, but, so after, when we have the next meeting, I think it's fine for that too. Okay, I had forwarded to you, it was like this evening or today, I think it was, just some information, from the gentleman that it says Ramp Health. He was kind of, I think, overseeing the wellness program for the township, and there's some different information in there. But he's leaving that position, so there'll be somebody new, but I wanted to give you that information that he had sent with notice that he was leaving. The County Tech Review Committee had a meeting today. The rest of this is just pretty much the typical emails, just updates from Morpsey and Sedgwick, like a client education program. Swaco's haven't had a high food waste initiative. I had previously forwarded to the chief some information on that hazardous mitigation plan information. Swaco did a news release. They ran a new phase in recycling education program, some information from PERS contributions. And I'm not sure if you guys saw it in the paper or not, but there's a push on for all the employers share pensions to go up.
I saw that.
Yeah, and a couple newsletters from the State Township Association on a legislative update. Franklin County Soil and Water, their pollution sources for municipal practices. And I had sent the information in on our 3 new hires for full-time, and a couple of them came back that they needed additional information or were missing. So I'm sending that to the fire department. Get those completed. And that's pretty much everything I have.
You have 2 resolutions you need.
Oh, yeah.
I will make resolution 49 to authorize the fiscal officer to prepare and submit street lighting assessments for Timberlake's 2023 and 2024 cost to the county auditor. Do I have a second? Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes. And resolution 50 to authorize the fiscal officer to prepare and submit street lighting assessments for Thornhill 2023, 2024 cost to the county auditor.
Second that.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes.
How'd you remember that? like my paper. up there for you.
That's how I remembered it. You had it in a jello. Okay. Anything else for Paula? Okay. Speaker sheets, go right ahead.
Actually, I just have a couple of things for Robert here. One is, I was speaking to Stephen Reiner, he's the director.
All right.
Reiner? Renner, thank you, about the water system that they had kind of upgraded with the new hydrants.
Mhm.
And we talked at the last time the pipes have been kind of, I guess, addressed or reviewed, or it looks like they need to be upgraded. It's coming up soon. And that's for water. So I advised them that, well, we're trying to get grants to get the roads repaved. And he'd like to work with you guys to kind of work in conjunction. So when you take up some of that road, if it's cheaper to then dig out the piping to replace it, maybe that's an opportunity that they can save some money and not have the county pay extra for something that they're already.
No, well, that's something he'd have to, because all of our paving like that's done through the county engineers. So that's something he'd probably have to bring up with them.
Okay, so he needs to get in contact with county engineers.
Yeah, it just, I don't know who he talked to about that at this point, but
Do we have funding for that yet, for the road?
it's gonna be December, late December before
You find
they
out.
decide.
Okay. I think that's about what I have, so appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So actually, no, I won't be here in November, or December. But I'm gonna see who's gonna follow up, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Make sure they represent the state.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, is there anything else?
Have you guys looked over the new mosquito contract? I need to look at it a little closer, but I got a call from one other township. And he said them and another city are thinking about getting out of it because of the increase that they're having.
Really take 50% or something?
Yeah, it's, I guess I need to look at it. I wish I would have done that, but if you haven't had a chance to look at it, maybe look it over and I'll look it over too. That way we can maybe discuss it a little deeper.
Did they have another company in mind?
I have no idea. Like, yeah, I'm assuming you'd have to find your own, wouldn't you?
I kind of thought that, but sometimes you're better off just to stay where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, let me look.
Break
it
them
over
off
then.
separately. Now, if there's a group,
Yeah, because these two said if the one does it, they're going to do it, but I don't know if, I haven't heard anybody else saying anything. Maybe you can, which, do you guys do your own vector control?
No, we do.
Okay,
I saw the email, but
okay.
I don't think Dave has said anything one way or the other, but I can ask him his thoughts.
Because I can't remember what our cost is, so just something to keep in mind.
I think we get billed quarterly, don't we? And it was like, I bet a couple, somewhere around the 2,000, maybe a little less, maybe a little over each quarter. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're talking double. I think, and that what they said about double.
I think I said I got it, because he's the one
Yeah,
that,
it was a lot, like, and they even said in their email, they knew it was
yeah.
big.
And what justification did they have for that?
They even said, they were taking out some of the services and doing themselves, try to keep the costs down and.
So if they can't control it, probably whoever you talk to aren't gonna find anybody cheaper.
no. So, okay.
But it's worth looking into.
Yeah, I'll go over that email again and read it in depth. And if I feel I need to bring it back up, we can. Which it's not time for that anyhow, is it?
Think so.
Okay. Maybe I'll look it over and then bring it up closer to the date. Maybe things could change, you never know. So I doubt it. So, okay, I'm good.
All right. Anything else? So this, what you put here, that's what we're gonna wait on, right? The Tarma decision. Okay, then, nothing else? I'll make a motion to adjourn. Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.